Come with us as we go on a relaxing visit to Martin Dies State Park in Jasper, Texas. We are taking our camper off-grid Greta for another adventure. We need a couple of days to escape crazy town. So come along with us for our journey, and you are going to see why we are the poster children for making sure you read instructions first before you put something up. Come join us for this hot mess express. Move over, Benny Hill. This is slapstick at its finest. Our cats always start acting weird. They know when we're packing up, when we're leaving for the weekend. I've got these 3 cats here. They're blocking my driveway in protest. This cat right here, I don't even know who he is. As soon as we arrived to Martin Dies State Park, we saw these cute little deer. And he gone. If only Corey gazed at me as lovingly as Hazel does. After Corey checked in, we're just driving to our campsite and Hazel's finally dozing off. We are on site 528 and Corey says that we have stayed here before. I don't really remember being here, but it's a nice spot. There's a lot of space in between you and your neighbor. We got really lucky that nobody was staying next to us on one side of us. Actually, I take that back. I think on one of the nights there was a walk-up camper because I think there's a hiking trail nearby and they actually have sites that you can walk into and stay at for the night. So I think he did pitch a tent one night. But other than that, there is so much space, and of course there's that nice little view of the lake. I just love how much room there is to roam, but there are these little round stickers. I forgot what Corey said they were called. I want to say he said they were sweet gum or something, but there's nothing sweet about them. They are very painful to step on barefoot, so watch your children and your pets when you're outside. Our last Wandering Willbilly sticker came off, so we got a new one, and we're just going to go ahead and put it on our camper, because yes, I am that extra. Olivia wanted to grab some Chipotle for her lunch on her way to the campsite, and there was this new business called Dirty Dough next to Chipotle in our town, and we want to support our local small businesses. They are a cookie place. I think they're the rival of Crumble, and I wanted to love these so bad, but they're so sweet. There's so many things happening here. I normally love a gooey cookie, but these almost had a raw texture to them. Too many things going on at once. Red velvet cheesecake with crumbled up Oreos inside it. This is supposed to be like a raspberry toaster strudel, so it's basically a sugar cookie with raspberry filling. You got the reverse, which is a peanut butter cookie with Reese's peanut butter cups and peanut butter and chocolate drizzled on it. I think this is a birthday cake. Looks like it might have some white chocolate chips in it and one of those little circus cookies. Animal crackers. Corey got me this cute little miniature box wine. I'm absolutely in love with this. It's got its own little spout. Hazel's getting really comfy. You know, if there's ever a drought, we are going to just take one for the team and go camping, because every time we go camping, it doesn't matter when, it starts raining out of nowhere. So we are going to go ahead and retract our awning and enjoy the rest of the evening unwinding. These weeds are all over the park. They look like those things that you make a wish and blow. Dandelions. They look like them, but they're not. Site number 530 is nice and secluded. Looks like there might be a trail back there. Here's 531. It's basically a loop. Here is site number 534. There was an outer loop of campsites, and then there was an inner loop. The inner loop had quite a few families that I guess knew each other and were caravanning together, so I didn't really want to film them, but all the ones on the outer loop were vacant. Here is site number 538. See water out in the distance. Okay, here are some of the inner loop sites that are vacant. So right here we have site number 539. So if you're coming with a group of people and you want to kind of just utilize the space out in the middle, these might be good sites for you. Here is 541. Okay, we've got some tent sites, 543 to 548, down that way. Restrooms. Here is site 555, across from the park coast, and some firewood. Site 559 is nice. It's got a lot of big trees. Corey and I usually put our camper away in July and August because it's so hot. But when I see sites like this, I can see myself coming back camping in the middle of the summer if there's a lot of shade. 565. Here's a walk-in site if you're hiking. Site number 571. There is the entrance to the section we're staying in, and we've got an education center here in this Texas Wildscapes, which looks like it's got some pretty wild flowers. Let's go take a look at it. Got some restrooms over there. There are 3 different sections to this state park, and there are multiple places to launch your paddle boards, your kayaks, your canoes, and there's this neat little bridge that goes across the lake. You can walk across it, and there's just so much green, lush forest that you can walk through. Poor little Hazel, she thought I was taking a picture instead of videotaping her, so she's sitting still. Editing Kelly here, saying be sure to read the instructions. No willy-nilly, haphazard trying to put these things up. I hope you enjoy this comic relief. I swear I thought I heard the Benny Hill music in the background playing. This was the most slapstick thing I've ever been involved in, and that's really saying something. I don't even think Shakespeare could write something this tragic. We were struggling a little bit because the tent was inside out. I think we finally got it figured out. Hazel's saying, my parents are a hot mess. So I've been pretty blessed to not really get very many hateful comments. I've had my 2 YouTube channels for about a year and a half. My Wandering Willbillies channel is more for weekend camping, and then my Kelly's Prepping Kitchen is more of a platform that I'm on more frequently, I guess. The other day I logged on to the Wandering Willbillies account, and there was this comment under one of our videos of Livingston State Park talking about stop showing yourself, show the park. Well, I just was very kind. I did not get on and say anything about this is my channel, I can do what I want. If you don't like what you see, you're welcome to look elsewhere. I was very kind and polite and just said, just kind of explained what we do. This is more of kind of a family vlogging thing, or like a digital photo album for our own memories to look back on. We try to show the park that we go to. In addition, we like showing the restaurants in the area, the coffee houses in the area, and other things to do. I can't believe somebody would say something so ugly, but I was very kind with my response. Didn't get a reply back, and a whole month later they got back on and said the exact same thing. Stop showing yourself, show the park. Terrible. Did he even read my reply? Is he a bot? And they have poor grammar, by the way. I'm not looking for a pat on the back or anything, but if people who watch YouTube videos only know what a person goes through to not only film a video, because you kind of have to take away a little bit of time that you would be enjoying yourself, enjoying your vacation or your experience, and instead you're trying to share it with complete strangers. You're putting yourself out there. It's kind of a vulnerable situation, especially if you're an introvert like myself, who does not really do well in front of the camera. I feel awkward, but I do a lot of editing. That takes away a lot of time, and I'm uploading this for free. I don't really get paid that much by YouTube for my services. It's just something I do to, like I said, have some memories to look back on. And it also helps me when you go to so many different parks that, for example, the one we're at right now, Martin Guys, we've been here before, but I don't remember it. So I didn't have a video to look back on and go, oh yeah, I remember that place. So this is my first video filming here. There was Tyler State Park. We went there around the time frame that my dad passed away. I think he passed away 2 days after we got home. So I've completely blocked out that experience. I know we've been there, but I didn't film it, so I don't really remember what it was like. Life is just hard as it is. There's a lot of ugly, nasty people we run into daily, whether it be online, out in public, on the road, people with road rage, and people are just struggling to try to find something to be happy about. And I just think it's so ugly how somebody can just go on a complete stranger's channel and just say something so nasty, as opposed to just scrolling by. And I told the person, I was like, there's plenty of videos out there that just show the park if that's all you're interested in. But like I said, we're kind of a family vlogging channel. We share our experiences and what we like doing in the area. So in my previous video on my Kelly's Prepping Kitchen channel, not on my Wandering Willbillies channel, was also about people being rude and hearts growing cold. And I'm seeing more and more people who are content creators on YouTube just talking about how people leave such foul and nasty comments. It can be discouraging. There's times where, I don't know about, I can't speak for anybody else, but myself, I'd rather just be living in the moment sometimes and not going, wait a minute, let me film this. And then all the time it takes me to edit because I'm not very tech savvy, and all the equipment we've bought to try to upgrade. And although I'm not using my microphone now, but we got a GoPro and all that, so we can kind of bring some more up close and personal experiences with you. And the best I can say is, hey, if you don't like what you see, just move on. You don't have to leave a nasty comment. And poor Corey is still over here struggling, trying to set up this plan. Hazel, one thing about your daddy, he don't give up for nothing. Several hours later, and he is still determined to get that tent up. Hazel, you see your daddy? He's out there grilling in the rain.
Hey, baby. Hey.
My sweet thing made chimichurri steak with parsley potatoes, which is my favorite. And he still cuts my meat up for me, which I greatly appreciate. Hazel, you want some chimichurri steak?